Welcome to Virgo February Tarot 2022. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your February 2022 reading. So Virgos, the first week, especially the first day, it starts off with a bang with the full moon, which is in your 6th house. So this is, I feel, for some of you Virgo, this may be a new beginning that you guys may want to really work on, you're setting your intentions and really doing your New Year's resolutions when it comes to your health, your wellness, your fitness goals, your eating habits. This is a great time to be initiating that, really starting that now. We also have the full moon in Leo, which is in your 12th house. This is a time of relaxing, the subconscious, isolation, solitude, the undoing. So there can be things that's released with that. You know, some of you feel quite emotionally, could actually feel very emotional. This is great to be doing a spiritual practice which can actually ground and help you. This can also give you inspiration and giving you guides in how to move forward, and also how you need to release things that you no longer need. We also have the Mercury retrograde, actually Mercury direct, which is in your 6th house. So if there's any delays, that if you started something like a new job, you didn't hear from them, or if there was so much paperwork, there was miscommunication with work you were doing and people didn't receive it, anything to do with computers, you backed up some work and you couldn't find it, or if you started a new workout regime, started a new eating habit and it just didn't really work, you fell off because you're so busy with work, this can now start to flow more because you're actually ruled by Mercury. We also, then the sun moves into your 7th house, Pisces. So you're going to be feeling this very much because, you know, the 1st and the 7th house, they're entwined. This is a new time when it comes to your relationships now, Virgos. Some of you could actually meet a new partner. Some of you could be more daydreaming about your partner or a future partner. There could be some illusions that goes on with this as well. Contracts, there could be some new contracts that come, new opportunities that come as well. So that's a little bit of a daily. What's day? That's some of the planets messages that are going to be happening, but I'll be doing a full video on the moons, so watch out for that. When it comes to your card story for February, for the weeks of February, the first week you have the Ace of Pentacles. Now the Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning when it comes to finances, you know, energy, anything that you want, especially if it's material. It's a new beginning. It's new opportunities. It's a business card. It's about manifestations as well. But because it is retrograde, because it's reversed, some of you could feel that there's a bit of uncertainty that's going on. There could be some delays that are happening. This could be because of Mercury retrograde as well. You know, so some of you may be feeling that you have to save more. You know, you might feel like, you know, you're not getting as much money. You're not earning as much. You could feel lack of money in some way. But it feels like you can maybe holding very much onto it. You know, not being rude. Remember, this is a general, but some Virgos are very penny pinching. They can save and not want to spend. So remember, it's very much in the mind. When it's reversed, it's just like a delay. So if there's things you need to buy, by all means buy them, Virgos. But it does feel like it does feel more instability, but sensitivity, insecurity as well. So this feels like it's in all aspects of your life, Virgo. You will get what you need to get, but it's just about being organized. So this card is just saying as well, it's about being organized, being more patient than you actually are, not thinking things are going to be worse than they are. So some of you can actually feel very frustrated during the first week because things are just not planning out or panning out the way that you actually want it. When we come to the the second week, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is a Venus in Virgo cards, and this is a card of, you know, prosperity, you know, this thing that you've worked hard for, and now everything's coming to full fruition. This is a card of financial independence. So some of you guys may, and also this could be because Saturn's in your sixth house. It could be a multitude of things. But I feel that some of you guys probably want more independence. So if it's with a partner, you may want more independence with a partner. If it is, some of you may decide that you want to be a bit more free when it comes to spending as well, because the second week feels like things are more flowing, free flowing. But still, you guys are going to be very cautious. But I feel that you guys are sort of like giving yourself a bit of permission. You seem a bit more, what's the word? Seem a bit more like giving towards yourself as well. Like, you know, looking at your finances, looking at yourself and thinking, oh, why was I like this? Why was I like this? I don't understand why. I can just, you know, there's things that I can afford. There's things that I don't need to hold tight on, you know. So things feel a bit more free for you now. And, you know, this is a lady who's actually, you know, feeling more happier. She's smelling the roses. So you're going to come out of it. Basically, I feel that you guys were just in a bit of a funk in the first week. And now you guys are not there no more. You guys are a bit more relaxed. This is a Venus in Virgo card. So I feel you guys are going to be taking care of yourself a bit more as well. Looking at your health and how you're working as well. Some of you may decide that you want to work part-time. You've been working too hard and not actually receiving the benefits. Like it could be hindering you in some way, like hindering you having fun. So now you guys want to like off the load. You want to actually enjoy life. So, you know, you guys are gonna, it's not necessarily just have fun. It's just more to do with like just relaxing a bit more and looking at the bigger picture. When we come to the third week, you know, third week and fourth week, we have swords. You have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords, whenever you see swords cards, it's quite, it can make you feel, but the swords card is about conflict. The Five of Swords, it can be deceit. It could also mean that, you know, there can be some backstabbing along the way. There could be very much in your mind. Things are going to be definitely changing. There could be some crazy conversations that are changing. It's also a card of like self-sabotage as well and intimidation. But, you know, it's about overcoming any challenges that you have. So I feel that the third week, you guys are going to be seeing where you have sort of like held yourself back in some way. Some of you, it feels like some of you may have like sort of like punished yourself. I know that sounds strange, but like there's things that you wanted to do, but you're not going to do it. Okay, so you've been very strict with yourself. So this could sort of be playing out. I feel that some of you guys may not be communicating as much as you wanted to as well, because your mind has been very much on how comes this hasn't really worked. So, and this card also, like I said, it's about conflict as well. So there may be some people at your work, because remember, this sixth house is about work as well. Maybe some people in your work, Virgos, that could be pushing too much on you, and you guys may decide to actually fight back, but it may not go the way that you actually want it to. You guys may be showing like a really deep cut inside. It's something you could actually say that cuts really deep, but it could actually go back on you. You know, remember the five is about, it's unstable. So, and also the five is a Mercury number as well. So, you know, it's about, you know, just being mindful of what you say, but also defending yourself. Don't let no one take the mick with you, okay? Because you're going places. You know where you want to go. Don't let no one feel that you're not doing enough, because you already do enough. But also, you know, don't you know, I feel that a lot of you are making sure you're not that wallflower that people assume that you are, because you are very strong and you're extremely mentally strong. So I feel you guys definitely are going to be, you know, fighting that side that you used to have, that you had, and you could be battling with people as well because they're taking the mick. When we come to like the last week and the sun going into Pisces, which is going to be about your relationships, you have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is actually, the Knight of Swords is about, seizing. There's something you want, you're going to seize it, you're going to jump on it. It's also to do with being a risk taker, being that sort of like soldier. It's about you being a leader, like mentally. Lots of like opportunities that come, but because it is reversed, it could feel that, and it could also be because of like the third week, but I feel like the last week, especially when it goes into like your 7th house, I feel that there may be someone, Virgos, that actually wanted to be, if you're single, someone wanted to be with you, but your mind just wasn't really on them. But then you actually realize, oh my God, this person is so nice. So you guys may feel quite insecure. It's like a missed opportunity, basically. There's also, I feel that because Pisces, and you've got this conjunction coming up in your 7th house as well. Some of you may not feel, because like I said before in the beginning, that guys could feel quite dreamy. So you guys in the last week might not feel as focused on your like daily routines as you should be. And I feel that's just because, things are just changing, Virgos. Things are definitely changing. So I feel that there's lots of changes that are happening to you guys, but there's some things that you are actually letting go. And also, if you do feel not as motivated, not as go-getting as you are, because you're sort of like slowing down a lot, you're seeing like certain things are not a means to the end. You can, you're sort of like going your own way. So you might be showing like a different side to yourself, and probably a bit more of a relaxing side, but still a side like that's not as if you've got work to do, Virgos, you go straight for the jugular, da, 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 da. But you guys, I feel not like that. I feel like your mind is not going to be working as fast as it usually is. It's only because something has changed within you. So if that happens, Virgo, don't push it, just go with it. Because that's when sometimes you just need to relax and rest and just smell the flowers. So Virgos, that was your February 2022 general. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It's quite a busy month for a lot of you Virgos, but that's how things are. But if you would like a full reading on how February is for you, head over to the description below. And also feel free to let me know how February has gone for you. So thank you very much, Virgos, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.